HarperCollins presents the Grand Adventures Collection. 4 thrilling classics with adventure at their hearts, abridged especially for young listeners.
The Three Musketeers. Written by Alexandre Dumas. Retold by Martin Howard. 1. No one laughs at me. On a bright spring day in the year 1625, a young traveller rode into a small village in France. Behind him, people spilled from their houses, pointing and jeering. The villagers had never seen such a peculiar sight. The young man was ordinary, though handsome and bold, with a droopy feather in his cap and a battered sword at his hip. But he rode a bandy-legged and ugly old horse, which had no tail and a strange yellow coat. The young man, whose name was D'Artagnan, scowled. He was travelling to Paris in the hope of joining the King's Musketeers, the finest and proudest soldiers in all of France. Musketeers never ignored insults. No one was going to laugh at him and his horse. Jumping to the ground outside an inn, he spotted yet another man laughing through the window. D'Artagnan rested his hand on the hilt of his sword. "You, sir!" he shouted. "Why are you laughing?" The dark-haired stranger was dressed in fine clothes and had a scar on his cheek. "Mind your own business," he sneered. "I find your laughter insulting," growled D'Artagnan. The dark stranger stepped out of the inn. "I laugh at whatever I like," he replied. D'Artagnan's sword flashed in his hand. "No one laughs at me," he cried. "Defend yourself!" The dark man jumped away as D'Artagnan lunged. "You're mad, boy," he said, snapping his fingers. Servants rushed from the inn. D'Artagnan fought bravely, but he was outnumbered. A second later, he was knocked unconscious with a frying pan. D'Artagnan awoke with a bandage around his head. "How dare you attack a lord in my inn?" the innkeeper shouted, jabbing a finger at him. "Get out!" D'Artagnan leapt to his feet, then stopped. Outside the window, a beautiful young woman with blonde hair leant from the window of a carriage. The dark-haired lord who'd laughed at D'Artagnan was speaking to her. "You must go to England immediately," he said. "I'll return to Paris." D'Artagnan heard no more. Striding from the inn, he shouted, "This time you'll not escape!" The lord turned, already drawing his sword, but the woman stopped him, saying, "There's no time for duels." "You're right, milady," the lord said, as her carriage rattled away. Ignoring D'Artagnan, he leapt onto his horse and galloped off, leaving D'Artagnan in a cloud of dust. D'Artagnan stared after him. "You'll pay for your laughter, my lord," he whispered. "I'll find out who you are. And the lady, too." 2. Time to learn some manners. A week later, D'Artagnan arrived in Paris. He made his way to the grand office of Captain Tréville, where he bowed nervously in front of the captain of the King's Musketeers. The captain was angry. The night before, 3 musketeers, Porthos, Athos, and Aramis, had fought with the guards of Minister Richelieu, the most powerful man in France after the king. Aramis had been wounded in the shoulder. The king was furious. D'Artagnan had to stand in the corner of the office while Captain Tréville shouted at the 3 men. After they left, Captain Tréville listened while D'Artagnan asked to join the musketeers. He shook his head. "I'm sorry. You're too young and inexperienced," he said. Seeing D'Artagnan's disappointment, he said, "But I can offer training. It would be a start." "Thank you, sir." D'Artagnan bowed again. "I'll soon prove myself worthy." Captain Tréville nodded, liking the confident young man. "I'll write a letter," he said. "Take it to the Royal Academy to begin your training." While the captain wrote, D'Artagnan stared out of the window. He gasped. Across the street was the dark-haired lord from the village inn. The letter forgotten, he yelled, "I'll have his
Sample complete. Ready to continue?